consciousness, and then we got separated into many different borders and languages and so forth. So there was a separation, and also as a result of separation, what we call the wars and the problems that the society has. There's a hierarchy, there's this level of what we call the money system, all these systems that are in place that keeps us pretty much enslaved, and we can't seem to unplug, unfortunately. So with the Universal Council, the idea was to bring people together in a sense that we can pick people from countries, or we can pick people from languages. So the idea was to get a representative from each language and create this global, I would say, something like the United Nations, but not a United Nation that actually promotes war, a United Nation where it actually brings mankind together. And when you look at the consciousness of us, the way it was designed was that normally you run elections where people come in and you have to vote for them, and they have to run this campaign like what Donald Trump and Hillary does, which is crazy. And as a result, there's these campaigns and whatnot. But it's actually, with the Universal Council, the way people came in was that we had about, let's say, about 100 people so in Dubai, and we segregated everybody based on their language. So we got German group, we got French group, we got English group, and so forth. And they came together and they decided among themselves who would be the best person to represent their language. And when they came, like we had 20 people in German language, let's say, and they all came in and they said, okay, we want to represent the German language. And then they all selected themselves. Then what happened is that one person, which was Caroline Thriller, kind of stood out because of her energy, her consciousness, what he brings into the planet. And other people decided, okay, this is the person that wants to represent the German language. So then we have like regular meetings once every 4 or 5 months, where all people from different languages come together, and then they share the problems that they're facing, the things that are happening in their nations, from health to politics to a whole bunch of different things that we need to figure out what to do with. And it brings this level of unity together, because there's this channel of communication that are happening between different languages. So the goal is to bring pretty much all languages we want to have. There's about 140 something languages in the planet, even as small as we want to put everybody together. And the way it's happening is that everybody has through their soul connection with that language, because they they reincarnated here, they were born here, they have these links to their DNA, to their consciousness, to their soul, to their people. So what happens is that they connect with the council, or the spirit of the council, I would say, the unity consciousness, and from that position they what we call wish, our wishes are command, something like that. They wish for something, but because it comes from their consciousness and from their soul, and it's good for the planet, and it's good for every being on this planet, it's going to be carried out. So we went to Rome, and we all basically wished for world peace, and there were things into place to make that happen, and we are a part of that process right now. Any questions right now for me?
I know you've had meetings in Dubai, right? And where else have you had meetings?
Rome as well.
Rome and Dubai. And there's, I heard, is there like 74, or aim to be 74, 76 members, like one from every country, or?
Not as based, it's not based on country, it's based on language, because we want to all go back to that one language or one way of communication.
How many European countries are languages in that group?
Right now we have about 23, 24 people that are part of the council. And for example, for English, there's one gentleman from the US in New York who represents all locations, so England, Australia, all those countries is represented by that person. And what Mr. Keshe was in a private, meeting with the council was saying was that you as a council member have a soul, but there is another soul, which is a council member soul that you have. And when you step down, that soul or that memory remains and goes to that next person that's going to replace. So all that information and everything going to be transferred to you. And whatever you wish for your language or for the, as a whole for the planet, it's going to happen because it's good for the whole planet. So he says that there's technology there, there's help there for it to happen. And like he was saying, we can't even disable nuclear warheads out of their, where they're hidden remotely and nobody would know. So there are ways to, Russia is now building up a lot of nuclear weapons close to the borders of Europe and stuff like that. He was saying that we have the technology to disable all of those. So it's just a matter of us being involved in it, see what is good for the planet, and just keep moving on.
What do you do with the Keshe Foundation?
I'm kind of, I've been involved in a lot of different things, such as the space program, the Universal Council, but from my point of view, when I see myself, I bring the heart or the consciousness into it, because I felt that that was something that was missing, so we need that consciousness, spiritual aspect of the technology and bring it back together, because technology without a heart and without consciousness, that doesn't have any value. So it's important to bring balance to all aspects. So that's what I feel I'm contributing.
With the Universal Council and stuff, is it possible that you guys will say, we need to get more energy on planet, so can we all meditate or something to bring up the energy? Like, is that also a part of the purpose and to organize to how to
it's very
bring us all
interesting
together?
because we learn to work with our hands and with our feet and with our, our physical apparatus, but we have this soul in all of us that is multidimensional. It connects with everybody and can be present at any time, at any place. So it's the way the council works is through their energy of their being, their essence, and through maintaining that energy and emanating that energy through the planet. Like, imagine like these poles on the planet where there's light coming in, and everybody has the light and all that, but it's more concentrated and more focused because they're representing their nations. And as a result, they become a conduit even for their people. So people that are connecting with their council members, they give them energy so to bring about a change. It's part of the process. So yes, meditation, all that is there, but it's done at the very, very deep level.
Oh, you're just automatically connected to the...
It's your intention, what you want to do, and it's done through your own being.
And the Universal Council member for English will radiate that out to all English people?
Yeah.
And we're shifting the matrix.
Yes.
The siren.
Yes.
It was that SpaceX rocket that blew up just early September.
Yeah.
Okay, was that, you think there was Keshe technology was involved in that?
Yeah, Keshe announced that in the meeting that we had. He said that they showed the video and all that, and he said apparently it was carrying a kind of a weaponized
Israeli
material, which would enable them, it's like a satellite that you could detonate warheads out of wherever they are. Remotely you can blow them up. And he said they were planning to blow up a couple of them in Russia or some other places to repeat the Hiroshima experience and create this war again. And he said that had to be destroyed. And I don't know who exactly did it, but he said it was the plasma technology through, I don't know which government or which kind of secret space program did that.
Okay.
I have no idea who did it, but that was
It was a good thing though.
yeah.
So is that the purpose of Universal Council too, is to stop those warheads, or is it just Keshe that's doing that?
So the Universal Council, we have meetings, they said, these are our wishes, these are what we want to change. And then, because there's communication going, it's set into place through technologies to stop those things. So we are kind of the voice of humanity, and then there's technology available to make it happen, to bring them together.
So he's, like, Mr. Keshe would be involved in part of the, shall we say, the secret space program, the alliance there?
I don't know his connection with the space program because he always keeps it hidden and
Okay.
kind of vague. So
Understood.
I don't know exactly how he's involved with that process, but I'm sure there's some involvements with either ETs or those who have advanced technologies that can make it happen, or if they already have developed it in some other countries.
Getting back to that rocket and the satellite, was there any talk from Mr. Keshe and associates that it was an ET action as opposed to a human action?
It could have been an ET action too. I don't know.
Nothing
We
was
haven't
stated.
even asked him. He kind of was vague about it and how or who did it, basically. So we don't know exactly which faction of ETs or which government or who did it.
It was my understanding that back in the days of Gorbachev, that there was an alignment between Russia and a group of ETs called the Tall Whites, which had approached the U.S. earlier under Eisenhower. And Eisenhower turned them down because they already had to deal with the Greys, which hasn't been working out well. But Gorbachev accepted the offer, like 20 years later, accepted the offer, and the deal was much like this, that we'll give you world peace and all the technology that your heart could desire, but you got to get rid of the nukes because it's a far more devastating weapon than you understand. People inside the earth are getting very upset. People outside are getting upset. People you can't see are getting upset. So you got to wind it down. And you, because you're total dictator of Russia, can end it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just ask that we could really go on, as I said, we've got
Yeah.
a ton of stuff to cover
Yeah,
today.
okay, yeah.
And, go ahead, Whitney, did you have a
I
question?
really did want to talk about, have you spoken about one language of light? And coming and bridging all these languages and so that we can understand? Because if we have this plasma around us that is omniscient, omnipotent, and has all possibilities according to quantum mechanics, we have all possibilities inside of us, then there would be a possibility of us being able to completely audibly and inside of ourselves understand each other through these languages. And the other thing is the council actively working with any off-world beings or connecting through heart with 100% Christ-like beings or other things like that?
In terms of the communication, we're going to move into telepathic communication at some point, so we should be able to, just look and just transfer the information. That's the idea. And we're going to go first to kind of one language and then go into telepathic communication. In terms of technology, our body is the most sophisticated coil system member, or whatever you want to call it, because we are going to look at the structure of the body or whatever technology Keshe designed is based on the human body. Like he talks about heartbeat, he talks about copper, which is in our blood as or our system as a form of a communication, or zinc, which connects to our emotion and all that. So our body's representation of the universe, and the things that we make externally is representation of us. And we kind of externalize things first because you want to see it, you want to feel it, you're physical, and then we're going to internalize the knowledge. That way we use our own bodies as a vehicle for travel or something. If we look at the future at some point, he said that instead of creating these coils and have a system to fly, you can bring 3 or 4 people, you put them in a specific place and they connect consciously, then you have your own craft because your body has the capability to be able to connect and create energy fields so you can travel wherever you want as a group. And that's the future, but in a sense you already have it in your own bodies, but we learn to externalize and create things outside of us. And there was one.
About the mutual language, or was that, I think you've got